What's up, everybody?
Hey. Ooh, ooh.
It's Erin.
And Nicole. This is Dude That's Fucked Up. Hey.
Oh, boy. I'm all out of sorts.
Yeah. You're out of sorts. My pants are tight because I've had too many. It's not even for any reason. My weight has been the same for a while now, but like I've had too many fizzy drinks, like Waterloos or whatever today, and I'm like, my underwear is digging into my gunt. Like I just went to go pee and it like released some of the pressure, but it's just gas building that I'm gonna have to get out at some point.
Yeah. I mean,
It hurts.
Yeah, I drink way too much seltzer water during the day too, and I'm like, oh, why am I so bloated?
Oh, why can't I stop farting? Oh, why do I always feel like I have to poop?
I'm so burpy.
Oh, I'm so gross.
Well, that's
No,
my
I'm
problem.
hydrated, bitch.
Yeah, I'm hydrated. You see the skin? Look at the skin.
You want to keep young looking skin? Drink your fizzy waters. You know what? You might be farting, but you look great.
You could just blame it on your dog.
Yeah.
Or your cat.
Ooh, good.
Hey.
Good.
Oh my God.
We're just going to get into it this week, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Unless there's
With
anything you want to share. I just shared my pants thing, so.
No, I got yeah. Let's just start talking about our topic.
Okay.
We usually like have a like whole spiel in the beginning, but we're gonna just this week
We're going to cut to the chase.
we're gonna get to it. Oh,
Is chase a thing? Because dogs chase things.
Sure.
Okay, well.
Why not? Or we could
It's forced.
like your toots.
Those won't be forced.
Mm-mm.
They'll be coming out and they'll surprise me. As we grow, as we age, we don't have control of our sphincter anymore.
Yeah,
That's what I've heard.
I've said many times your sphincter will betray you.
Yes.
And when that does happen, like I said, you could always blame your dog or your cat. Today, our
Your
topic. I've heard my cat fart. Today we're talking about the history, sort of domesticating animals.
Yeah, the like origins. If this was the MCU, it's the origin story. I couldn't name what that would be of the MCU because I'm not that huge of a fan. You know what I mean?
But it's just fun to think that.
Side note, everyone's shitting on Chris Pratt for being Mario. Have you seen that? And did you see Mario has a flat butt and people are all upset about it? Anywho.
I mean,
I was just reading about it right before this.
I like didn't check the buzz about it yet, but I need to get into it. I don't, what have I been distracted by lately? I don't know, but I didn't see it. No.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's just the Chris Pratt hate that's like spilling over, you know.
Fair enough. Chris
Cat.
Chris Cat.
Chris Rat. Yeah,
Chris
they both
Rat.
work, and they're both animals.
And they are, well, cats are domesticated. That's an example of a domesticated animal. Dogs, domesticated animals. We love them.
But
they're our pets.
Yeah, but they just didn't like come onto this planet as to like serve and befriend people. You know what I mean? Which I think a listener suggested this topic, and it's not something I've ever thought about for like more than 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Like I think in my lifetime, in my brain at some point, like my brain's been like, hey, isn't it weird? My brain's been like, hey, isn't it weird that people have cats as pets?
Wait, what do you think about this? Actually, I've thought about it a lot because
you do have pets.
I have pets.
Yeah.
I have always had a pet. You know, dog, cat, iguana, whatever, fish. Since I was, before I was born, my family always had pets. So, but not only that, studying anthropology, that was my major in college. this is like something that's like come up through because of the origin of humans on this planet.
Yeah.
And the history of human civilizations. It's always revolving around, the ability to thrive in their environment, and that has to do with domesticating not only animals but plants too. So, so that's a huge part of anthropology, is learning about how early humans figured that out, and having animals help you out with that, and also as a source of food is a huge part of it. So,
oh my God. Okay, I know. Like, we did the research for this, and while I was thinking about, while I was doing that, like, this did come up, but I kind of glazed over it. But like, yeah, I probably we domesticated animals out of necessity. But in my mind, while we're doing this the whole time, I'm like, secret life of pets, it's for fun. Like, this is like, it's because people want to have a dog at some point that looks like them, when that happens, like a person with curly hair has a curly haired dog or whatever. And so that's how I've been thinking about it. But yes, like, I feel like that happened in recent years. And before then, it was mostly to have the pets help them do chores.
Yeah.
And shit.
Pets weren't a thing until, we had leisure time. And, there was like class systems and stuff, and reasons for different types of animals to be near or in our homes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But like cats and dogs and other like livestock started off wild. So how did we do it? How did we figure it out?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to give like some like definitions of stuff. Maybe this will help people. Maybe this will help my brain also like think about it, how we should be thinking about it. Okay. Okay, so domestication is the mutual relationship between animals and the humans who have influence on their care and reproduction. It's mutual. Like, we care for the animals, they help us. Domestication is different from just taming an animal.
Yeah.
As domestication changes or influences the genetic makeup of the animal over time. So like how dogs, even like there's so many breeds and stuff, like we did that. Humans did that. And we'll talk more about that later.
And domestication is like systemic throughout the species of animal. It's like you could tame a raccoon, but the species of raccoons are not domesticated animals. They are still wild. There might be a couple tamed here and there that people keep as pets.
Yeah.
But they don't serve a function or a purpose unless, of course, people are really working on keeping them as pets. But like, we
like
can't
Pumpkin,
go to a pet. We can't go to a pet store and buy a raccoon. They're not. Like,
but you could go to your dumpster and adopt a raccoon if you want. But I'd be careful. I'm not saying you should.
No, they definitely are rabies carriers. So be careful.
I'm not saying you should. I'm saying you could. Hypothetically. Taming is the conditioned behavioral modification of a wild-born animal when its natural avoidance of humans is reduced and it accepts the presence of humans. So it's like, okay, you're being cool to me. Maybe you're like feeding me a little food. I'm going to come like be fine around you. Like,
yeah.
It's fine. And I'm not worried about you. And I'm not going to be all like, strangle you with my little tiny human raccoon hands.
Yeah.
But domestication is the permanent genetic modification of a bred lineage that leads to an inherited predisposition towards humans. So over time, the like makeup of the brain of these animals, like cats and dogs, comes to like trust humans and just already accept that they're like a part of their lives. And so they're, sometimes we have like a feral cat or something that's maybe skittish, but like they'll always know that you're kind of like not a safe person, but like you might have food or something. Like it'll always be in their brain.
They see humans as an opportunity for food.
Yeah.
No matter what, state they are
Yeah.
Whether they're, this coddled little baby angel kitten or a feral alley cat that, they're always they're going to tend towards humans and be like okay with them to be in close proximity of them, I should say.
Yeah. Like cats will see a human and their eyeballs it will suddenly turn into those cartoons where it's like bones of a fish with a head. It's like a fish skeleton with a head, and they go, or like a carton of milk. Yeah, treats. Okay, well, and domestic animals, it's not to say that like a domesticated animal is tame either.
Right.
Like you can have, fucking like cats or dogs or other pets or other domesticated animals that like need to have their behavior checked.
Right. Yeah. The nature nurture of an animal is like just as important as their like genetic predisposition towards humans.
Yeah. Yeah. And while wild animals can be tame, like on the flip side, like just because a wild animal is somewhat tame, like Coco the gorilla or something, like, or is that the one we taught sign language?
Humans.
I was there.
As in the royal we, yeah. Me and you, we taught Coco the gorilla.
Oh yeah,
sign
remember
language.
that one time in the 70s when I taught Coco the gorilla sign language?
It was me, you, Jane Goodall, some other people.
Oh my God, dude, Jane Goodall was the third member of this podcast, but I think she's dead.
No, she's alive.
Oh well, she was busy.
She was very busy.
She was dead as in, I can't believe y'all are starting a podcast.
I'm dead.
I'm
deceased.
dead, you guys. Oh my God.
That's exactly what she said. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, okay, so animals like Coco the gorilla can be tame. And there are a lot of animals that are bred in captivity who are like more docile or like have softer like behaviors, or maybe don't act out on their predatory instincts or whatever in zoos, or to be studied or whatever, but that does not equal domesticity.
Correct. Yes.
Like, so there's overlap, but one doesn't equal the other. Like taming an animal does not make it domestic, and vice versa. When we're talking about domesticating animals, we mean over generations. And there's like an inherent brain chemistry that changes. Yeah. Which is fucking wild to me, dude.
Yeah. And there's like, I'll talk about it a little later, but there's like qualifications for an animal for like there are there's like you have to categorically have several different traits for an animal to be considered domesticated, which I'll go over those a little later. But before that, I just really wanted to get into what the very first animal to be domesticated. Yeah. It wasn't livestock like I originally thought.
Like horses or something?
I thought it might have been like sheep, which was pretty close, but not quite. Dogs were in fact the very first animal to be domesticated. There's a reason dogs are man's best friend. Yeah. They're the OG ride or dies. Like,
oh my God.
They like there's a reason we don't deserve dogs. It's because they've been by our side for so fucking long. Truly, since early humans, like, were nomadic, since human beings were nomadic hunter-gatherers, dogs have been alongside humans. Yeah.
That's why we have like such deep bonds. That's why like it's in our, we've just changed for the better.
I mean, I honestly, like, I do think like you can have like, I think people can have just as deep of a connection with their dog or pet, whatever pet, just as deep of a connection as they do with like a human being, I think.
Honestly, it's probably better and more pure because it's so uncomplicated.
Yeah,
like,
and
it's
you
know,
yeah,
like, so, oh, my poor brother lost one of his cats today. Like, they had to put him down. He was very sick. I know, he's so sad. I felt so sad, but and it's just like, you do like develop relationships that are so uncomplicated, and all you do is care for this little animal and they just love you. That's it.
Yeah,
There's no like fucking, and one time you said this shitty thing about me or whatever. Like, they're never throwing old stuff in your face. They're never like judging you, or maybe they judge you. A cat would. But
yeah, I was gonna say, my cat, I think I sprayed him in the face to get off of the counter earlier, and then he came into my room and dragged his asshole across the floor after taking a shit. So I'm positive he was
that was on purpose.
On purpose, and getting back at me
for sure,
yelling at him to get off the counter.
You're lucky it wasn't your fucking pillow, dude.
Oh, that's true. Well,
sniff it before you go to bed. Turn it over before you go to bed.
Well, anthropologists have found evidence of that Ice Age Siberian hunters may have domesticated dogs 23,000 years ago.
Oh,
that's a long time. That's like, so when you look at your dog and they look back at you, and they can recognize the minute facial changes that you make they can differentiate between you being sad or happy or whatever. And it's because they have generationally been by our side for multiple millennia through epic and almost 2 epochs of time. Like, it is just so much. It's just so much. It's just so cool. Cool. Anyway, so according to researchers, this happened because possibly while both people and wolves were isolated during the harsh climate of the last glacial maximum, they like kind of were forced together because there was like it was hard times, and wolves saw humans as like an opportunity not to necessarily eat, but they were like, humans are like cooking meat, and like there's things happening here where we could get like scrounge some scraps or whatever, but also maybe eat a person every now and then, who's to say. But then just over time, they started to kind of be less and less afraid of humans. And so this kind of just like you're saying, generationally, it started more different interactions with humans bore out through time, and they became less afraid of humans. Dogs then accompanied the first people into the Americas and traveled with them as humans rapidly dispersed into the continent beginning around 15,000 years ago.
Dang.
So, yeah. The leading theory of dog domestication holds that gray wolves, like I was saying, inch closer and closer to human campsites to scavenge food. The least timid ones evolving over hundreds of thousands of years into the gentler dogs that we know today. And that is very much survival of the fittest, because the gentler dogs are getting more food and thus growing bigger.
Yeah.
And
yeah. And that's where like it helped for me to think about, I like watched this little video on YouTube. I forget what it was called, but it was just explaining like the history of the domestication of dogs. And so these wolves would like hang around the humans for scraps. They started to learn like, oh, humans are a food source potentially, like, let's see. And like you said, the ones that were a lot more gentle, they were more welcomed into the camp, and they were given more scraps. And then when they started to have little wolf babies and stuff, they would have them near the camp because that was a source of food, and like it felt safe or whatever. And then when predators would come, whether it was other more like aggressive wolves or bears or whatever, like any kind of predator, when it would come near camp, it started to become beneficial to the humans as well, because then they acted as guard dogs. So then they could ward off the predator, but really they were protecting their babies, like at that point, you know.
Yeah, but they're also warning the humans that there's another predator.
Yes.
Yeah,
and it became this relationship where, like, that's how we saw that they could serve a need that we had when we needed protection. So, and then, that evolved over, like, hundreds of years to where they were, you know, like, it was a thing that was considered more. Like, oh, maybe we should, like, befriend some some kind animals who could help us survive.
Yeah.
It's wild. What we're saying is humans invented dogs.
Kinda.
I mean, dogs didn't exist. Dogs weren't
they were
dogs.
wolves.
They were wolves. Yeah. Like, and their dogs, will maybe talk a bit more about this later too, but like dogs are not self-sufficient animals. Like, they do not know. They can scrounge. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, and then most of the dogs we know and love today are like, they've only existed like the last 400 years or so. Like the dogs we know as
like
dogs
dog
now.
breeds.
Yeah, dog breeds, which that's its own fucked up topic that we're not going to get into today. We're going to save that for another day. But yikes, like dog breeding is whoa. So many dogs have so many health problems. There are dogs that have gone extinct because they were bred for like very specific purposes. It's all troubling.
Like French bulldogs can't exist in the wild, period. Like, they have to have C-sections to have their babies. And,
really?
Yeah. And,
oh my god.
Yeah, any dog that has like that like smush nose and face, like
breathing problems.
They have breathing problems.
Yeah.
And if like humans didn't help them, they would just die. So,
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. There's so many health problems with dogs, and it's because of the inbreeding. Because but
they're so cute.
But they're so cute, and they're just little cuddly guys.
And that's why they exist, because we want them to.
Yes, because we were like, I need a dog to fit in a purse. And then we made one, or a lot. Because you have to have
I want this dog to look like a frog and a bat at the same time, but also be a dog.
But also be furry and cute, because frogs and bats are ugly.
I think frogs and bats are kind of cute.
Oh, no. Okay. I like cartoon frogs and bats. Well, okay, yeah. So this is all to say, again, that, like, we as humans regulate the breeding of dogs, which is how we've been able to domesticate them to the point that we have, and not just as pets, but for specific purposes, like we talked about earlier. Like, you know, it's wild that we have dogs that we have bred specifically to pull a sled, herd sheep, be a police officer. Like,
be a fucking cop.
Be a fucking cop, dude. Be like a drug sniffing narc. And I would never call a dog a narc, but you know what? There are some that are. Ew.
Fucking dorks.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. They're dogs.
No,
and they're so cute, and I would pet it.
Yeah, I will too.
Yeah.
So by the beginning of the Holocene, from 11,700 years ago, the climate started to get more mild, and human population increased, and that led to small-scale animal and plant domestication, which allowed humans to augment the food that they were obtaining through hunter-gathering. Yeah, so they were able to kind of like still hunting and gathering, but like able to grow a thing here or there while they would settle in like a couple places. But then, you know, started like Neolithic man started having more agricultural tendencies, and the agricultural societies popped up in places in Eurasia, North Africa, South and Central America. And in the Fertile Crescent, 10,000 to 11,000 years ago, zoo archaeology found that there were evidence of goats, pigs, sheep, and cattle, and that those were the very first livestock to be domesticated right around the same time, all those different types of animals.
What's a Fertile Crescent?
The Fertile Crescent is in Africa. It's pretty much like
where they find like archaeological. Is it like a archaeological?
Yeah, it's like a
oh, that's cool.
it's like a big area of human kind of like where we all kind of come from.
Oh,
where
cool.
Where like a big part of the diaspora of like early humans originates from.
Also, sick ass metal band.
Fertile Crescent, yeah.
Right?
But
that
it's all
sounds like
women.
it should be. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's a fucking women's metal band. Fertile Crescent, I want to do something with that. We gotta
Who doesn't?
Yeah. We're Fertile Crescent. We're gonna sing about the diaspora. Diaspora?
Oh my God.
We're
We're
like
gonna sing about our uteruses. Fuck you. Fuck the patriarchy. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh,
All right.
please, God, yes. And then 2,000 years after that, other different types of cattle were domesticated in what's now Pakistan. And then in East Asia, 8,000 years ago, pigs were domesticated from wild boars that were genetically different from those found in the Fertile Crescent.
Fertile Crescent!
Fertile Crescent!
I fucking love it.
Well, so there's like, it's interesting because I really went down a rabbit hole with like dogs and how many different, because there's like a theory that they kind of branched off at like some point, like since they all originated from gray wolves, but then there's like different types of dogs found in Asia, and then there's different types of dogs found in Europe, and then some of those went extinct, and then they all mixed up. So there's like all these different theories about it. There's tons of white papers on this, and it's very fascinating if you would like to learn more about the like origins of like dog, everything dog, of Doge. It's truly fascinating. I went down a full-on rabbit hole with it, but yeah, so all these other animals started getting domesticated. Horses were domesticated in Central Asia 5,500 years ago. And then the chicken was domesticated in Southeast Asia, and then the cat domesticated in Egypt. 4,000. Both of those animals were domesticated around 4,000 years ago.
Cats obviously domesticated themselves.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Truly.
They really did, which is so on brand for them. They were just kind of like similar thing with the dogs and how they're like, hey, these humans have treats and they're a good source of food and we should kind of hang out around them. But then they didn't serve any like, there was no exchange of value except for you could pet them. But like cats, they just kind of live their own life. No, they just like live their own life. You know what I mean? Like they're not pulling sleds or like.
No, cats keep away vermin. And
True.
They are, they keep down.
But that's on their own time. You can't make a cat keep away a vermin. Cats are like, yeah, I'll do it if it's on my schedule. You know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing with cats is that they started coming around as we domesticated like crops and like food basically, because wherever humans were starting to pop up in more dense populations, rat populations were like vermin and like mice and rats were popping up because those were opportunistic animals. So it's as the like food chain, as you go up the food chain, who's coming to get the rats and the mice? It's these cats, these smaller cats, not like actual lions.
Right.
There's a point in time where smaller cats evolved from these bigger cats and became their own whole other branch of the family tree of felines.
Yeah, they did. You go cats.
Yeah.
You go little cats. Doing your own thing, making your own way.
Because it became it's totally separate from humans though. Like dogs evolved into this to what they are today because of humans, but cats evolved into what they are today because of different hunting and different types of animals that they found in the food chain that started popping up. Yeah. It's all very fascinating the way they evolved.
Very fascinating.
I love it all. love our dogs, love our cats, love horses, love our sheep. So cute, so delightful, so delicious.
My God. Oh no! Wait, do we eat sheep? No.
Lamb.
We eat
Mutton.
sheep's milk.
Sheep. Goats. We eat goat.
Oh yeah, people eat goats like birria. Isn't that goats? And goat head soup and stuff.
And goat cheese.
Yeah, I like the byproducts of goats.
Goat biryani.
Oh yeah.
Indian food.
Yeah, I don't. But you know, have you ever petted a goat?
Yeah, of course. They're kind of assholes and they'll eat.
Oh yeah.
And shit.
Okay. I love that video of the kid where it's like, there you go, Asher, and the kid's like petting the goat and it farts and then the kid screams.
Dude, when I remember going to a petting zoo and petting goats, and one of the goats started to eat my brother's shirt, and he was like, And one time we were like hanging out at one of my dad's like friends had horses.
Yeah.
And the horse came over to the fence and we're like petting it, and it bent over and bit my brother straight on top of his head.
Ew!
But like barely. It was fine. It was just like
God.
his hair. And it scared the shit out of him. It was like when he was like 3 or 4 or something. I totally remember it.
Are scary. They're big and muscly, and like
they'll fuck you up if you're not careful.
They'll fuck you up, dude.
Yeah.
I was near some horses recently, and someone got kicked, and they had in the head.
Bitch, you didn't tell me about this. Oh fuck, was it traumatic
for everyone?
Were they okay?
It was kind of like I don't know if they got like fully kicked in the head or if it was kind of like a butt to the head thing. I think they got kicked in the head, but they were okay. Yeah, but it was like right after someone, like we all were warned, like
don't stand behind the horse.
Well, and 2 were posturing at each other, so they were like, please don't get
like
near
stay
these.
Clear of these ones.
Yeah, like these 2 are posturing. If you see them starting to get close to each other at all, just get out of the way.
Yeah.
Don't let them do their thing. Like, you can't control them. They're domesticated, but like they're also not always tame. So they're fucking, dogs bite too. They're still animals at the end of the day. Sometimes they have their own ideas.
Well, and that's the thing about animals is that they are intelligent species, regardless of what they are. Dogs, cats, horses, goats, I don't know if goats are particularly intelligent, but
There you go, Asher. That's the video. The goat just fucking farts at this kid. It's great.
Maybe they are smart. I don't know.
And they look very gassy, actually. They have like round bellies.
Yeah, I feel like because they'll literally eat anything. They're like gross.
Yeah, like garbage and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love all of these animals very much. We're grateful for them.
Yeah.
They've made humans what we are today. Like without what started with dogs and evolved into humans realizing like, oh, other animals exist and we can mold them to our world and have them help us.
Yeah.
They have made us what we are today.
Yeah.
An evolved and prosperous society.
Yeah. A people.
But after all this, after like thinking about all the, animals that we have domesticated over millennia, what are some animals that can't or shouldn't ever be domesticated?
Yes.
And I was thinking about this, and there's a few. Yeah. In his book, Jared Diamond, in his book Guns, Germs, and Steel, Jared Diamond argues. Have you ever read Guns, Germs, and Steel?
No, but it sounds like a conservative podcast.
Oh no, it's amazing.
I don't know why.
It's a great book. It's like about just humans and economy and all kinds of shit. But he says that to be domesticated, Animals must possess 6 characteristics: a diverse appetite, goats, rapid maturation, rapid maturation, which is like, you know,
can't be a baby for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta grow up. It's a hard world out there, cat.
Yeah, get the fuck out here and get a job, okay?
Yeah.
Start working on the farm. Willingness to breed in captivity.
Do it while people are watching.
Yeah. Never get
Never
pandas.
gonna happen.
Yeah,
never
no.
gonna happen. Or rhinos, don't they have a hard time too?
I mean, a lot of animals do. Yeah,
A lot of not everyone wants to do it with an audience.
Yeah,
I get
sorry.
it.
Fuck off. Docility is another characteristic. Strong nerves, so like not getting spooked easily.
Then how'd the Chihuahua get here?
If we ever left this planet, they would not survive.
No.
And a nature that conforms to social hierarchy. So they're able to see humans as like a provider and be like willing to fit into that kind of, and be, you know, be in the house and be chill with it. So as much as we think we can control the natural world, we absolutely cannot, and we should not try to domesticate the following animals.
Oh, let's hear it.
My number 1.
Yeah.
Great white sharks.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. The space. We just don't have the space. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I feel like we could leave them in the water and like have them like, you know,
come to us. Like
they could like harvest stuff or something in the ocean, or pull barges or something.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh, that's good.
Fucking
or like
strong.
Fucking make them eat the fucking trash island.
Yeah.
Let's make. Okay, I'm going to take the other side. I'm going to say let's make great white sharks the goats of the water.
Well, I don't know.
Eat trash island. Eat trash island. Okay,
but I think anything that has a doll's eyes and razor sharp teeth and can swim up to 40 miles an hour is not something that we can domesticate. I don't think it is like pure predator.
Sure.
Never gonna conform to a hierarchy, a social hierarchy.
Plus, could like with those doll's eyes, could you imagine if it like got possessed or something? Like if we started like domesticating great white sharks and then somehow someone's
pushing Catholicism on them.
Yeah, like what if we like were trying to make them Catholic and then wires got crossed and Satan got involved and then now we have a fucking haunted great white shark? No thanks.
Yeah, well, that'd be horrifying. I think that's the next Blumhouse horror movie. Possessed shark. The next animal on my list is the hippo. I fucking love hippos. First of all,
so cute.
Huge fan of Fiona the hippo at
Hungry Hippos.
Hungry Hippos. Yeah, love them. They're so cute.
I love.
They're wonderful. They're cute as hell, but they're also the world's deadliest large land mammal, killing an estimated 500 people per year in Africa. So
tourists, though, those are people who fucking probably are.
Those are people just living and existing.
It's just
Africa.
people. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like people who go on hunting expeditions or some shit, and then they like.
I mean, they're definitely of some of those numbers. Yeah,
okay,
yeah. But they're way faster than you think, and they're just really scary.
And they like hide in the water and stuff, right?
Yeah,
they can hold their breath and shit. They're cool. They're cool, but leave them in the wild.
Yeah, we don't need. Go to a zoo if you really must see one.
Up
close.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Also, anything that takes massive dumps and can whip them around with their tails while they're shitting is going to be a no for me, dog.
Oh, no.
Have you ever seen videos of?
Yeah.
It's like pooping and it's like. Just like.
It's like a fucking electric pencil shaver or something. No, that's not even it.
No, it's like a I don't know. It's like some. I don't even know what it's just a shit launcher.
I know, but it reminds me of something. There's something that like you like do that and
it's
then
like
it spreads out.
shit hitting a fan.
It's shit. It's
They're
literally shit hitting a fan.
They're literally making a fan with their tail, like spinning it around, and then they poop, and then they could splatter it everywhere.
Well, that's how the saying came about. Because people used to use hippo tails as fans. And then but then the first person who was around after feeding a hippo, it shit, and they were like, "Shit's hitting the fan. Let's get out of here." There's huge chunks of shit flying at us. No, it's reminding me because I've been baking a lot of my like food processor when you put the grater attachment on and you like stick cheese or a carrot or something through there and it's like and it just whips all the carrot around. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much. Next on the list for me is any big cat, like a lion, a tiger.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
We like to think we could domesticate big cats because we've seen a lot of the like tame ones in shows. And some people have even been semi-successful keeping them as pets. But once again, tame does not equal domesticated.
That's right. And some people have been successful until they're not. I don't think there's like anyone who's ever tamed a tiger or a lion or something. They don't have all their fingers. They don't have. It doesn't last forever. Mm-mm. And like you were saying with the great white shark, like going 40 miles per hour or whatever, you don't want a big fucking cheetah or something like.
If you can't outrun it, if you can't defend yourself against it,
and it's big,
and like it also huge jumps.
Oh.
And razor teeth and claws that can and will kill you. It's no.
And I just want to say this. No one's going to excuse you if you have domesticated a cheetah and you're walking it down the city street and it takes a dump and you don't have a bag with you. Oh, you bet I'm shaming you. I'm not going to say, and you're like, it only applies to dogs. And I go, no, it applies to all domesticated animals. You better fucking take your shirt off and scoop that huge turd into your fucking Harry Styles concert tee. I don't care that it's signed. You need to collect the shit and go home.
Your mountain lion's pissed all over my 2-year-old stroller, and it's rank.
It's soaked.
It's potent. Look, now it's attracting all these other weird big cats.
So, oh my god!
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Another animal that we simply cannot fucking domesticate. Moose is mooses. Moose. Mooses.
Isn't moose the plural of moose?
I think it's mooses.
Oh.
Well,
mooses. Regardless. Also big deuces.
Huge deuces. Mooses take big deuces. I'm going to make a children's book about this.
Yeah. All the animal poops and like what they look like for when you go on hikes and stuff.
Oh, we have that already.
Yeah, of course. But yours could be cuter. No ideas are original. Fucking just make it.
No. I'm going to make a children's book about all the animals that we can't domesticate because they're wild animals.
Oh, yeah. That's
all
great.
These.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, mooses.
Yeah.
They're fucking scary ass troll horses, basically. They're so scary. Have you ever seen a moose in real life?
No. Well, I don't know where I'd see that.
I don't either.
Like a zoo
in Canada or something.
Oh.
They're huge though. They're huge. I've never seen one in real life either. No. But like,
I like how they are like. I like how they have like like a troll horse face, like but like everything's just like kind of big and oversized and kind of scary, like an ogre, like an ogre horse. Yeah. Shrek, the Shrek of horses.
The Shrek of horses. Like, how did Bullwinkle become a thing? Okay, like he's like some cute dumb thing.
Yeah, like, you're like, that's an act. That's an act, ma'am.
And like, mooses are fucking scary. They're like massive. They're so much bigger than you think they are.
Yeah,
and they could be really aggressive. I've seen videos of mooses attacking, like a moose attacking a grizzly bear. So, and the grizzly bear was like, "Oh, absolutely not. I'm sorry. I will leave. Goodbye."
Oh my god, the grizzly lost?
Oh yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
The grizzly bear was like,
fuck.
I think the grizzly bear was trying to get the moose's baby, and like a baby moose, and the mama moose was like, I will fuck you up. Or whatever a moose sounds like. I don't know.
The moose is like, what the fuck are you doing here? And the grizzly bear goes, huh? What? Are you calling me? Oh, hang on. Someone's calling me.
I gotta go. Bye. And the moose is like, catch me outside. I'll fuck you up.
Yep. Oh, my God.
Yeah. It was gnarly. Yeah. So.
Okay. So I want to stop there for a second because, like, speaking of, let's also say bears.
Oh, yeah.
We do not need to domesticate bears. They are heavy as fuck. Their claws are scary. And yes, I agree. They look fantastic in a bow tie. So cute. And I want to see, I'm at a circus. I want to see a bear driving a little car. It's cute, okay? But not that bad. And also, they're heavy as hell. And I think, like, they could just crush things by sitting on them, kind of like an elephant and anything, like a hippo, a moose. Like, any of those big, heavy animals, like, if you weigh a literal ton, I don't think we should domesticate you.
Yeah.
Like,
they tried it in Russia. They tried to have bears. Like as pets, yeah.
But it's like, so did Sam Patch.
Sam Patch tried it.
It never ends well.
But I mean, I feel like he only had his bear for a couple months because then he died.
Yeah.
Not the bear, him.
The bear outlived him.
Yeah.
And the bear probably fucked someone up later on. It's a bear.
Oh, well, the first time he threw him off of a fucking waterfall, he was probably like, you know what? I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And he just kept swimming.
Or he like had fucking trauma that he never dealt with and it came back later. You know what I mean?
Maybe the bear killed Sam Patch. Maybe he as Sam
the
Patch
bear
was
pushed
jumping.
him.
Maybe he slit his throat on the way down somehow.
Oh. Or like the bear's like, you pushed me first last time, I'm pushing you first this time, and just like dunk. And like slit his throat.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. Here's a thing too. So like I know gorillas aren't domesticated, but like there are a lot of gorillas in captivity, and we have like treated gorillas and monkeys as domestic a little bit. Like there's a weird
apes, not monkeys.
Oh, apes.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm kind of on the fence, but I don't think that we should domesticate them because like I know they can be smart and that's a plus, but I'll be damned if they don't rip your goddamn face off.
No, they will.
They will. That's what and that's one of those things where it's like they are so strong. You do not want them to be even annoyed at you.
Do you think dolphins are having the same conversation about humans?
If they should domesticate us?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. What if dolphins just have like full cities underwater that we
That's what I'm saying. What if they communicate
God.
with aliens already and we are just like out here like
looking like idiots.
Stupid idiots.
Oh my God.
But no, you're right about any kind of great ape is, we can't do it.
Well, you can't de-domesticate an animal. So I did want to talk real quick about like a side effect of domestication in animals, and then we could talk about like why animals probably can't be de-domesticated. But a side effect, which isn't like a positive, of domesticating animals has been zoonotic diseases, and this is from Wikipedia. For example, cattle have given humanity various viral poxes, measles, and tuberculosis. Pigs and ducks have given influenza. I had swine flu. Horses have given the rhinovirus. So, like many parasites have their origins in domestic animals. The advent of domestication resulted in denser human populations, which provided ripe conditions for pathogens to reproduce, mutate, spread, and eventually find a new host in humans. Yeah. So, like, because we've been able to domesticate animals and they've been able to help us with so much of our workload and, like, make things easier for us, we've had more leisure time. That's when people do it. then they have kids, then there's more densely populated areas, and then because we're like living and working with these animals so closely, we get what they got, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
It's wild. But it's not wild because it's domesticated. Okay. Dogs. And then we were talking earlier about how dogs, like, this has been tens of thousands of years, like 24,000 years or something, 23,000 years.
26,000 years.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So dogs have been living amongst humans and, like, potentially, like, having a little bit of a, not a symbiotic relationship, but
yeah, kind of
a mutually beneficial relationship to the point where they are no longer self-sufficient. So dogs are dependent on humans. They no longer hunt food. Like you talked about, one of the things for domestication was like their food source needed to be varied.
Yeah.
They needed to have like a lot of options.
Yeah, diverse appetite. Yeah.
Diverse appetite, which wasn't the case initially, but over time, dogs have evolved to eat like honestly everything from American cheese to their own shit.
Yeah.
But they don't hunt food is the point.
Yeah.
And so it's possible that if humans had a sudden departure, like let's say this was the leftovers and like we all
got raptured.
Yeah, we're all raptured. Dogs would maybe adapt quickly. Like it's possible that they could adapt and like figure out what's going on, but your average pug isn't going to be running down a squirrel for food. Like maybe huskies survive, maybe like a few of the dog breeds that are like hunters or whatever.
Well, what would happen is that several breeds most probably would go extinct.
Like immediately. It wouldn't
immediately.
And then whatever take multiple
no
generations.
It would, and then whatever breeds, whatever dogs were left over that were like able to like hunt and do whatever they needed to do to survive would breed with whatever other dog was left over.
Oh, fair.
And then it would create its own, kind of lineage. That's what happened with dingoes in Australia.
Oh.
The theory is that they came from an Asian breed of dog. And because, it's like an island. So or it's like a whole other fucking continent.
Yeah.
And so
but it's also an island.
But yeah, it based up, they're from mainland like Asia, Europe. That's where dogs originated from the wolves. And then whatever like started happening in Asia, they came from there. And then they became, something happened where humans either departed or there's like a lineage of dogs that remained in Australia. Those were like feral, and then they like de-domesticated basically.
Dang.
Yeah. And then they are their own thing now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's cool.
So it can happen, but it'll take tens of thousands of years probably.
Yeah, it would be. And like maybe dogs would go extinct in that time. Like who's to say, like maybe they wouldn't, maybe they've been domesticated for so long at this point that like they couldn't go back. So, but on the other hand, cats, they don't need us. Cats would survive immediately as long as they were not picky about eating what they've killed. Because a lot of cats don't eat what they've killed. They just leave it for you.
Sure, yeah.
A bird, a lizard, a fucking mouse. And also we know cats are scrappy and will do anything to survive because we've all heard the horror stories of like someone dying and then their cat's eating them. Dogs don't. I think dogs maybe have done that a couple times, but like that's not the norm. Usually the dog just like cries at the door for a while and then someone comes and helps them. But cats,
they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. They're like, oh, I'm going to eat. Yeah, they're like, oh, look, food.
You're like, oh, God, you haven't fed me in a few days. I'm going to just eat your finger.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's, there's, I can't imagine like a lot of animals would survive that are domesticated would be able to, many would survive without humans.
No. Yeah. No.
It's pretty, pretty interesting to think about. I hope we all don't get raptured because I love dogs and they deserve to inherit this earth.
Oh my God, I want a dog so bad, but then I'm so sad that it will die someday.
I know.
Like, I don't want to take care of it for just 10 years or whatever, and then it is dead. I don't know. That seems so sad, but everything dies as part of life. Blah blah blah.
I think that's why time with your dog is so sweet, because it is finite. I mean, everything is finite, but like, it's especially truncated with a dog.
And you know it is, because you know from the beginning dogs don't live as long as humans.
Mm-hmm. Even cats live.
Even cats.
But I mean, I had my cat for a very long time.
Yeah.
Buddha lived to be 19. So,
whoa.
You know, that's like, it's like having. Well, I didn't have him his entire life, but you know, it's just like. It's a long time for an animal to be on this earth, but not long enough, I think.
Not long enough.
I know.
Oh, pets.
We're so lucky to have them, and what a crazy thing that they've evolved into because of us.
Oh my God.
First ones to go, though, if we got raptured, definitely pugs. Definitely Chihuahua.
Any dog that fits in a purse.
Yeah, I could see a Chihuahua. Chihuahuas, I feel like, though, they are like ratters, and I feel like they can maybe dig out a, like, I don't know, a rat or a snake or something from the ground. I don't know.
It's kind of like I don't know what I'm thinking of, because in my head I just have like an amalgamation of animated dog films. So I don't even know what's coming from where. But I feel like if there's a rapture and the people are gone, you want to build a dog Avengers team. And you definitely want a Chihuahua on the team. But they're not going to be the ones to survive on their own, I don't think. You need some brawn. Because it's going to be a dogfight out in these streets. And they're gonna be all hungry, and they're gonna need food, and you'll need okay, this is what I'm building out. Chihuahua, that's the one that's like gonna scavenge a little bit, get you into small places, jump in a window, unlock the door.
Yeah, but we have to think, like, if there is no human anything left,
not even scraps.
No, like nothing.
Oh, like
it's just reverts. It's just like suddenly there's no houses. It's just reverts to nature.
Anything humans had touched,
gone. No civilization.
But then dogs wouldn't be here.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
for this purpose.
Because for this mental like exercise.
No, dogs would not survive.
Yeah. I don't know. Dingoes did it.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago, right? Like centuries ago, probably.
Thousands of years ago.
Right. So it's like they were already scrappy then to begin with. You could not take like any sort of domesticated dog at this point in time and like put them in the wild and they'll survive. Because I don't think they have the brain, like their brains change. They don't know to kill for food.
Well, one of the craziest things that have happened, and it happened very quickly, is, and this is something that researchers still don't understand 100%, is how quickly the mutations in their genes started and their DNA started. Like how many generations that took for literally their brains to shrink down to like a much smaller size than like a gray wolf or, you know, any other wild wolf breed. So I don't know. The only other animal that's domesticated the only animal that is domesticated that didn't have any kind of shrinkage of their like their bodies or their brains was a horse.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I wonder. That's fascinating.
It's pretty fascinating.
Now I'm curious why.
I'm telling you, I went down some wild rabbit holes because my anthropology brain was itching, and I just had to read all about all these things. So
dogs couldn't even survive. Okay, I also saw something today where like dogs couldn't even survive without humans because their teeth have evolved to the point that they couldn't eat like meat off of a bone. Mm-hmm. Like they couldn't even if they
like
did,
they can't rip and tear in the same way that
like a wolf will it will tear apart an animal to eat its insides, like to eat the meat. A dog couldn't even do that. Its face, especially most of the dogs that we have,
the smush face dogs and stuff.
What are they going to use, that one little tooth that sticks out from the bottom so cutely over their top lip? Oh my God, what angels! Those little dogs. Oh, because I've been looking at dogs. Yes. I found a dog with an underbite. It's so scraggly. It's so cute. Its name is Archie. I'm like, oh, I want that dog. But we're we have to like marinate on it for a little bit. Mm-hmm. But
I support whatever you do.
Thank you. But now that we're talking about this, dogs don't kill humans. Cats don't kill humans. Like no cat, no dog has ever killed anything to have to eat it. You know what I mean?
No, not for hunting purposes, like a fucking mountain lion would. Yeah. If you're out.
I think any domesticated pet type animals would go extinct.
Yeah. I think right.
You know who I think would survive? Like pigs, maybe. And like cows. Cows can just find more grass or whatever. Like there's things that could survive that we've domesticated.
I don't think cows would survive because, well, I don't know.
Winter.
Yeah, they need coat. They're like, yeah, I don't know. There's so many things like that are out of their comfort zone that would probably kill them.
Oh my God. Or they'd get like picked off. Like they'd be hunted by other animals, like they're protected now. Mm-hmm. Wow. Fascinating. Love it. Great topic. Thank you to whoever, to the listener that suggested it.
Yeah, we appreciate always getting any kind of suggestions for topics are always very welcome. So send them in.
Yeah.
And we have like a list of topics that we're always, sifting through.
Yeah, we add to them and then we scroll. Mm-hmm. And we go, what about this? What about this? And sometimes it's not right for that moment, but sometimes it comes back around later and we go, this is perfect.
I want to do this.
Yeah. We haven't done one like this in a while.
Yeah. And I love this topic because it like got me back into my
college days.
My college days, yeah.
You were reliving your youths.
I was reading white papers and
oh my God,
and research and shit. It was fun.
How nice.
Yeah.
How studious.
So fun. You guys, thank you so much for listening and hanging with us. Go to our website. It's DTFUpodcast.com.
Mm-hmm. Consider joining our Patreon. Patreon.com/DTFU podcast.
It's so fun. We have a great time there. We do a bonus episode, a commentary episode, and a Q&A. Mm-hmm. It's like a AMA advice. Mm-hmm. Would you rather? Whatever.
So good.
Happens.
And we have a Discord.
That's right. Yeah. So check that out. Follow us on social media everywhere. It's at DTFU Podcast on all the platforms.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, we have merch. If you haven't checked that out, it's also on our website, DTFUpodcast.com.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
All right.
Hey, listen. Stay excellent to yourselves.
And each other.
Bye.
Bye. What was that metal name?
Fertile Crescent.
God. Got it.